I just feed him. Oh, oh, oh.
What are you doing?
I am saying so that he knows to open his mouth.
We go before every bite?
Yes, clearly. Whenever I open my mouth to sink my fangs into my prey, I hiss so that I can get my mouth at optimal openness.
We just open it? It's not that hard.
I do not understand.
Hello, and welcome back to the Cade and Joaquin Talk at You podcast, a podcast about nonsense and other things. Today we have a very special guest. I have their name somewhere. Their name is Joaquin Venegas. You brought the microphone with you, and I was expecting you to talk during this part, but then you didn't.
I was just gonna wait till I got in my seat and then, like, my introduction.
He's back!
I'm alive. I did die on that boat, actually.
You did die on that boat. You did fully die on a boat.
I was thrown into the Lazarus pit. Why my hair is brown again?
Brown. It would make more sense if it was even whiter.
It's a new one.
It's a new one.
It resets to like your prime.
Oh, okay, good.
Prime.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
pit. I've been thinking about taking just a little dip, but just up to the calves because I want baby calves again. Just like little fat baby baby calves.
But wouldn't that be for your whole leg, the whole bottom part of your leg, so it would shrink, right?
Yeah.
So it means your feet would shrink too.
That's what I want. I want tiny little baby feet, tiny little baby calves, regular up from the knees.
So do you not want to stand anymore?
I just want to be shorter. I want to stand.
You just do the whole waist.
I only
dunk
want
yourself in besides your face.
No, I like the idea of being this height from my knees.
Put your penis in like
a little
like a tinfoil wrap.
Tupperware.
Yeah. So that doesn't shrink. But do everything like neck down. Just go in there so it'll shrink you.
But the problem is I'm only having problems with my shins. So I just want tiny little new boy shins.
What do you mean?
Like my shin bones.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like they're problems.
What is the problem?
Shin splinters.
There's workouts for that.
No. Like the bone is splintering.
Yeah, there's workouts for that.
There's workouts for that?
Yeah.
To
like
unsplinter the bone?
Mm-hmm. Because it strengthens the ligaments around it so it fits everything back. It also means you're properly not doing whatever you're doing for your legs.
Do you think I'm being legitimate right now?
Well, that's this real thing.
Yeah, that's why that's why
I figured you were, because you were saying how
my legs are fine.
Okay.
I just want baby legs.
I also believed it because you don't like treat your body like a normal person does. So I was expecting shin splinters to be a problem that you were actually having.
What do you mean I don't treat my body like a normal person does?
You work out a lot.
Yeah.
You don't feed your body properly, so I figured your body was like decaying finally.
No, I got a couple years before that happens.
Yeah, what, 2?
That's what a couple is. So Joaquin, while you were gone, I sure learned a lot from our guests.
Like,
they think we're a lot smarter than we are.
What do you mean?
Each podcast we go in with a list of prepared topics.
No, this is just talent.
This is it's just talent. It's off the dome piece talent.
We just lick the stamp and send it.
Yeah, we don't even put anything in the envelope.
Nope.
We're just sending an empty envelope.
We just send it.
And then when the people open it, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
And that's the exact reaction we're going for.
Ah! It's like, what the fuck was that?
We're standing behind them. We're like,
they really thought we had a list of stuff?
They thought we had a list.
It's maybe if we have something we want to talk about.
Yeah.
We have this like in our head, but we don't
write
properly,
anything.
Yeah.
I think both Chloe and Audrey thought that we had a full list.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just been utter nonsense for 6 years.
Yeah.
That's all
we
it's been.
exist.
Yeah.
They were really confused by how I did the timer, because I just have the hour on my phone, and we have a TV right in front of us for the both visual people who can't see the TV and the audio listeners. There's a TV right in front of our fucking eyes. It's basically face microphone TV, and Chloe was
table.
Oh, well, the table's behind the TV. Chloe thought that we put up like a timer.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to fuck with the audio listeners.
I was like, you okay? I was like,
I can't see the table anymore.
Your vision inverted?
It did. I now can only see upside down, and whatever distance is, it's completely inversed. That would be the fucking scariest thing in the world.
I would kill myself.
That would be so scary.
Dude, I'd kill myself.
I think I'd have to go blind.
I was going to say go blind, but then I'm blind, and I'm like, that's not worth it either.
But you're already blind if that's how you're seeing. Like if you're seeing where the
That's
furthest
true.
thing away is actually the closest thing, and also it's upside down, you're fucked.
Yeah.
From every conceivable perspective, you are fucked. You can't drive, you can't walk,
You can't do anything.
you'll vomit all the time.
Yeah.
You can't drive, you can't walk, you'll vomit all the time. Sounds like a song that I would listen to.
It would. Yeah, it would. Yeah. And then it's just like 2000 ska.
I was thinking very punk rock.
Punk rock. I was thinking ska because ska's more upbeat. And it's like, oh, this sounds fine. And then you listen to the lyrics. You're like,
I can't drive, I can't walk,
yeah.
I vomit all the time.
And you're like, yeah. And you like start listening to it like three more
What the
times in. You're like,
fuck?
what? It's like that song by Outkast. That's like Hey Ah. I think it's what's
Yeah,
called.
the hey.
That's a very sad song.
Really?
When you listen to the lyrics, he
Mhm.
literally in the middle of the song goes, I know y'all don't care what I'm saying, you just want to dance. And then the chorus kicks in.
Wow.
And it's like he goes into like some really
He's
deep
aware
shit.
though.
Yeah. I want to keep going to what we thought about our podcast.
Oh, okay.
You said they thought we made list.
They thought we made lists.
Mhm.
They thought we had a timer on the TV so we could know exactly how much time that we have left all the time.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Sometimes we even go, yeah, we're done.
yeah, we're done.
That
We just
happened
end-
last time.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
That one was really weird to me because I can't imagine sitting. I guess the audience, definitely the audience is like, oh, fucking speed it along. We want
Yeah.
this podcast to end. I got Conan on next.
I think because we went really hard in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were kind of just like trying to drag it along, and then we can't drag it along anymore.
Yeah, we were like, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's cut it here.
How was it doing it with them?
I enjoyed it.
Was it as easy?
I don't know. Like, we have a very specific rapport at this point.
Well, also, I feel like
It was different.
I imagine that, but I also feel like when we do this podcast together or the show, like we're very co-hosting it.
Yeah.
We both lead
Mm-hmm.
together. I felt like when it was just you though, you had to really take the reins by yourself. Was that what happened?
No, when I was doing the intros, that was the only part where I was like, I kind of got to explain the intro.
Mm-hmm.
But in the episode with Chloe and Isaac, I was like, this is fun. It was a little hectic because there was two people on one microphone. But I thought that one went really well. And then Audrey really fucking took charge on her episode. She led that episode. I was
Interesting.
kind of sitting back for that one, which was
Interesting.
weird to me. It was fun.
I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch any of them.
They're good episodes.
You know, if they don't have me in it, I don't care.
That's
you
a
know,
good point.
because like I'm just a self-conceited asshole.
Uh-huh.
So like
That's why I have you as my co-host.
exactly, yeah,
Because if I wasn't in the show, I'm not watching
yeah,
it.
exactly. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. We're the two most...
Like if I ever become an actor,
uh-huh.
a movie that I'm not in, I'm not gonna fucking
Why would
watch
you
it.
watch that?
Yeah. New Star Wars. I don't give a
Who
fuck.
gives a shit about
Yeah.
Star Wars? I'm talking about Joaquin Venegas
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah.
It's you. It's just you remaking every Star Wars movie where
I'm
you're every character.
everyone, even the
Everyone.
background.
Yeah, you're just walking around. They're like, man, no wonder it took Joaquin 15 years to remake Star Wars.
Yep.
He's everyone.
But I don't even redo the audio.
Oh,
It's
you're
all
using
the same.
old audio?
All of it's the same. And I'm just like very like off by like maybe half a second
Uh-huh.
with the lip sync. And it's just like,
And you're really stilted. You're
yeah.
like that scene where Han Solo's talking to Thing. You're like, hey, how are you? And then you just kind of move. Your arms are always ready.
I move everyone
it's
like
a 90
C-3PO.
degree angle. Yeah.
I'm all, every single person I move like a C-3PO.
Everyone.
Even Jabba the Hutt.
You decided that you only wanted the C-3PO costume, so that's the only one you wore. But you're like, I'm not putting the head on. And you, at the beginning of each one during the title crawl, you can hear you arguing with someone else about how they want you to put the head. You're like, I'm not putting it on. But I want it on my head.
I have the C-3PO costume, but then I have like the Vader costume on top of it, but it's like doesn't fit, so the Vader
Yeah.
helmet's just like sitting on top.
And you're
That's the
always
C-3PO
wearing
helmet.
Han Solo's vest.
Always wearing the vest.
You wanted to look cool.
Yep. And I have
vet-
Chewie shoes on all the
Yeah.
time too.
You just-
I'm everyone at once. You know
You're-
what?
you're
It's not,
everyone.
I'm
You're an
everyone
amalgam.
at once.
Yeah.
So the camera is just one shot. And I'm sitting right in front of basically a green
it's
screen.
a one-man show of
It's-
Star Wars.
But I don't move.
Yeah. You're just completely
I don't even
still.
turn. I say every line. I lip sync every line
Uh-huh.
in every single costume at once.
I think that what you should do is record yourself saying every line of the film separately and then lip
Yeah.
sync to
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
doing the lines.
Okay. Now I'll redo all the the music too.
And you acapella style.
Yep.
It should also be, you should do it in a karaoke bar so that the words appear behind you and like have to highlight in yellow
Yeah.
as you're saying them.
It's all one take too.
Oh yeah, if you fuck up, that's in the movie.
Yep, it's in the movie.
That's the final cut. You can't even go back later and George Lucas it where you're like, I wanted Jabba the Hutt to be in this scene, so I decided to put him in this scene, and I also decided, you know what, Jabba the Hutt is gonna be a representative for Pizza Hut.
He has
in
a
this
weird
universe.
voice.
I was just doing a voice,
But it
for
sounded
that.
like him.
It did.
Yeah.
I always I'll read something and it's like a quote from George Lucas, and I'm reading it and I'm like, the man talks like an Ewok.
Yeah.
Like if an Ewok could have a voice, it's impressive.
I'm surprised he never put himself in the movies.
I just think he doesn't care.
Even as even a background.
Yeah. Well, he might have been a stormtrooper once or twice.
Honestly, I gotta say this.
Okay.
George Lucas
hot as fuck.
in those original you say behind the scenes photos, super in shape. His fucking style was he always wear like the shirts you're wearing, but always buttoned down to maybe like the middle.
Oh,
it was just open.
He was showing off the chest. He had the
all
chest
the chest hair, dude.
He was like the real life Indiana Jones.
He was a good looking guy,
but
I gotta admit.
it's the Mike Tyson effect where you're like, oh fuck, it's Mike Tyson, and then he comes up to you and he's like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
and you're like, what? Excuse me. I was expecting a different voice.
Tell me this man's a sex symbol.
That man's a sex symbol. God, I wish I had that hair.
Me too, man.
I would love to.
I wish I had a beard.
That beard is impressive. He's had the same beard his whole life. That's a good looking man.
That's a good looking dude.
It's a good looking dude. Our George Lucas, our boy.
Like, if that guy offered me a role in a movie, you couldn't say no.
You can't say no.
Like, you can't say no.
I do feel bad that George Lucas didn't get to direct anything that wasn't a Star Wars after he made Star Wars, because he had a lot of ambitions for other films.
Those early Star Wars are very they're fucking good though. Like even if they're very in that same realm of everything, they're good. Like there's a lot of good
films. Yeah,
for the time.
They're they're landmarks.
Yeah.
I personally, I see the value in Star Wars. I've never been crazy into Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
I'm very aware. I liked Space. I just rewatched Spaceballs. I like that.
Honestly, my favorite version, I mean this as a joke, but kind of seriously, of Star Wars is the Family Guy versions.
Those are my favorite.
Those are
ones
so fun.
Those are my favorite ones.
They're so fun. I really enjoy those because they're just we're bored. We're just gonna do this now. So we don't want to really come up with anything else.
Star Wars time.
Yeah,
let's put some jokes in Star Wars. Those 3 Family Guy Star Wars actually had a big effect on me when I was little, because they were the things that made me be like, oh, you can just take stories and put your own characters in them. And then I did that. I took stories and I put my family in them and I rewrite it and put jokes in. It wasn't good, but I did it.
Yeah.
I have composition notebooks. Literally, I watched the middle one, the handless one,
Empire,
this Family Guy version, and I was like, oh, you can just do that. And then I went and sat at a table for 2.5 hours just writing a story that wasn't my own with my family in it.
I think my favorite thing about Star Wars is that it's so you can do whatever with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of things are very you can do whatever, like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with inside it, but for some reason, Star Wars feel like it's an endless because of space, obviously.
Yeah,
but you can make any story you want. And I feel like that's what's cool about it, because when the original trilogy finished, Star Wars Legends, as it was called, was created, and basically a bunch of fans just making whatever the fuck they wanted. That shit was fucking good, but they had some cool stories going on. I feel like it was just it gave some people the opportunity to create whatever story they wanted. That's what I feel like is cool about it.
I would love Star Wars a lot more if they put the Winnebago from Spaceballs in it. If they said this is a real spaceship in Star Wars, you got me. You got me hook, line, and sinker.
It's gotta be.
I was thinking about that. I was like, they must, in that last one, the one where somehow Palpatine had returned,
one of those infinite amount of ships.
They had to put the Winnebago from Spaceballs in there.
I fucking hate those movies, dude.
The ones
the sequel trilogy.
Okay.
Fucking hate them.
I've
said this
no
before on the
opinion on
podcast. I hate them. It's Star Wars. Yeah, you don't have to think too much about it. There's gonna be some plot holes, but the amount of fucking plot holes in that trilogy series, it aged me.
It aged
me because the first one I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. This is cool.
I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, it's just A New Hope, but it's okay. I don't mind it, right? And then the second one happens. I'm like, okay. The lightsaber fight was cool.
I felt bad when I left the second one, because when I left it, my brain went, you already don't remember this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I remember the big points of it.
I don't remember.
I can remember that. But then I watched the third one. I remember at moments, probably for the first time ever, I audibly went, what the fuck is happening right now? That's not how this works. They were doing.
You did
things.
a Han Solo. You went, that's not how the Force works.
Exactly. They were doing things. I'm like, when the fuck? What?
When did we learn about cheeseburgers in the Star Wars universe? And then there's a whole extended scene where, of course,
isn't Taika doing?
Taika is a
he is making a movie.
He's a Star Wars film that's unrelated to all of the other ones.
Yeah, he said, because which I think that should be. That'd
I
be
agree.
cooler. I think it'd be cool if there's a little bit of Jedi stuff in it, but like,
I don't give a shit. I also am excited for Taika to do something that isn't Marvel or Star Wars again. I would love it for him to make that film about soccer that he wants to make.
What?
There's a film he wants to make that's about Michael Fassbender being a soccer coach.
That sounds cool.
I'm
You know he's
excited
a race car
about it.
driver now.
Michael Fassbender drives cars? That's
Race cars,
hilarious.
yeah.
Michael Fassbender.
There's a documentary series. I'm pretty sure it's Michael Fassbender. There's a documentary.
Magneto.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a documentary series about him like training and getting prepared for the Le Mans 24 hour.
That's cool.
Yeah, he drives for the Porsche Cup, like the Porsche team.
Did he do good? Did he do it?
Yeah, he did this year. I think he competed this year. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's been a documentary series, I think, for about 3 years now.
Yeah, I've
3 or
been
4
wondering
years.
where he's been.
Yeah,
He's been gone.
He's been doing that, like hardcore. That's the dream, dude.
To be Michael Fassbender?
Well, yeah, obviously, he's Michael fucking Fassbender.
I mean,
but
it's an attractive man
to
yet again.
act so well. To
That
get
you
paid a lot of
be
money to do it,
Magneto.
and then you can do. Yeah, I can do what the fuck I want now. Be a race car driver. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just going to jump right into this.
that's the dream.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. And not even just race car driving. It'd be anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to be an astronaut now. Fuck, I have enough money for
Let's
it.
go to space.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, we're going to space. And then
Yeah.
Turtle from Entourage is like, I don't fucking want to go to space,
I
boss.
never
You're
watched
like,
Entourage.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
I just want to make the
cool.
reference.
We're on the same page on that.
Yeah. And then you're
Dude,
like, shut
I'm-
up, Turtle. You're
I look at
covered
my
in bug
leg
bites.
and I'm eating up, man.
Yeah, you look like you were an you laid out and we were like, here's a sign. That
If you don't know, 'cause
enjoy.
I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast.
Mm-mm.
Not you, the listeners
Yeah.
and the
It'd
viewers.
be weird.
I
the
didn't
way that you
actually go on a
phrased it.
shrimp boat and die or whatever. I don't really know what happened. I went to Boston for a vacation, Massachusetts, but also New Hampshire as we were staying. So
Massachusetts.
we drove up hour into it, and we were out in, like the boonies of New Hampshire is pretty boonies. Like it's just trees.
It's just
and-
woods.
just
it's
woods.
a wood state.
Yeah.
And there's one person for every 70,000 trees.
And we lived inside of
a tree.
one of those areas,
Like a gnome.
right? Yeah. So we had to go through the woods, and I mean, the moment you stepped outside, eaten alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like we walked through because they had a bunch of trails all around their house, or whatever, and they led to like lakes or whatever. And so we'd walk through them. Dude,
It was like the Amazon.
Oh my god, it was so bad. All of a sudden, you just hear zip, 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 around your fucking ears,
Uh-huh.
non-stop, man. And you're just fucking like, you keep smacking them away. They keep coming, and you start losing your fucking mind. And they just keep doing it. And all of a sudden, you can feel them on your legs. It gets to the point where you can't fight them anymore. So you literally, I had to accept it.
Yeah.
No matter, no amount of fucking bug. I swear, they're all immune to bug spray up there. Those fucking bugs.
The mosquitoes.
Coated my legs.
Uh-huh.
I literally went on my leg, both of them. That was one leg I just did. For the audio listeners.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And-
I guess they could have imagined
Yeah.
like both legs. Maybe
And I would do that, and dude, they were so, like, it was bad. Also, Boston sucks.
Boston sucks.
Boston sucks.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck you, Boston. Unless you are
Traffic-
listening to our podcast, you are off the map.
Traffic sucks ass. I mean, it's a city.
Yeah.
But like New York also sucks. Traffic there is fucking horrendous. I knew it was bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But-
did you drive through New York?
Yeah, we had to. We had to go through George Washington Bridge. And
Oh,
all
that's
that.
cool.
So,
Was New York worse than Boston?
oh yeah, by fucking, because it never wasn't busy.
Yeah.
You know, like we went through Boston when we were leaving, and it was not that bad.
I don't have a visual for what Boston looks like. Is it very colonial?
I mean, yeah, but it's not like super duper. There's not a lot of tall buildings
Mhm.
around. Well, the part we were in, Fenway, I was pretty sure was maybe the biggest thing there. I mean, no, there's a couple skyscrapers around it, but it's not a big. I mean, it's wide,
Yeah.
but it's not super like
We call them big boned.
sorry.
It's a big boned
boned.
city.
Big boned. But it wasn't very like anorexic, you know,
Mhm.
and tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Raleigh,
In Raleigh.
North Carolina, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
A place we live nowhere near. He's truly dead now. All right, who we getting on next? Let's call Madeline and Camilla for the guest spots. What are these two images you sent me? Oh wow, two
George Lucas.
penises. two different, very different penises.
Fenway. It's I think either the oldest, second oldest like sports stadium in the country.
Uh-huh.
It is
Circle.
so unpractical.
Okay.
The amount
Are
of
there
leg room.
slides everywhere?
No, the amount of leg room I had, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Calling it leg room is cute, because dude, like I mean the whole time basically my knees were to my chest, kind of.
Well, you're like 8 feet taller than
My
the
friend was
average
5'9".
person when it was built.
My friend was 5'9".
Did they feel fine?
No,
Oh.
they were fucking cramped too.
Was there the regular like trough pee thing?
No, that wasn't there, and I was very, very kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, for looking
I
at other
wanted it
people's
to be, but
peens.
there was no like barriers though between urinals.
That's weird.
Not
I hate
uncomfortable.
when that's not
Yeah.
there.
It's-
It's better than peeing shoulder to shoulder into a trough.
Yeah,
Though.
yeah. Well, the splashback.
That's a real thing, by the way.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, in baseball stadiums, in the center
Not even
generally,
just baseball stadium.
yes, just stadiums.
Yeah.
There's like a metal bucket that's pretty big. That
It's like you know where like pigs go to eat food.
yeah,
That
it's
big,
exactly. It's
long
a
thing?
pig trough.
Yeah.
That men gather around as if it's the Ark of the Covenant,
Mm-hmm.
stand shoulder to shoulder, actively touching each other. You're always actively making contact with another man whilst holding your penis, which sometimes is okay, but when you're at a baseball game, you kind of just want your space.
Mm-hmm.
And you're peeing, and all the peas are crossing, and they're pooling, and there's a rainbow of colors in there, and someone's throwing up, and you're like, this is the worst part of baseball.
It was very common everywhere too, which was that what made it worse.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "This is a good idea."
Everybody said this is the
This is
cheap
great.
alternative.
Yeah.
We got 4 Nathan's hot dog stands. We don't need to spring for a fancy bathroom.
They have a thing called a Fenway Frank, which is a fucking
Okay.
hot dog, and the bread's probably about say the size of my hand. If you can't see, like if you look,
Take your hand.
take your hand, put it
take
sideways.
both hands off the wheel if you're driving.
Yeah, if you're, yeah.
Put them together and close your eyes.
So
and
about,
look
maybe
at
about the
them.
length a little longer, depending on how long your hand is,
Mm-hmm.
and then probably about a good 4 inches on each side extra is just meat, just
Damn.
hanging, bro. Just flopping. I
Just
mean, that
flopping
means for
all
about 2
bites.
to 4 bites, it's just
2
meat.
to 4. Oh yeah, I guess people
'Cause
are
on
taking
each
like
sides.
2-inch bites. Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I wanted to get one because I was like,
Did you?
No. You texted me about this, asking if people from Boston all had the accent. Surprisingly not.
I was shocked when you said no.
Like you would hear it, obviously. They'd be
Yeah.
like, usually, a lot of the workers had it. We were walking out, some guy was like, "Get your sausages. We got sausages right here, hot sausages." And he sounded like, he was like, "Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
guy's born here. Bred from it."
Yeah, he's from the soil that.
What is the line from Batman?
I was born in the darkness.
Raised?
You were merely adopted it. I was born in the darkness. Batman, do you want to come over to play
He said, like,
Parcheesi?
he was like born in it, raised in it, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one. The only way I know that
You've seen that one?
I've seen that one.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
I haven't seen it in a long time though.
Yeah, me
Because
neither.
when I saw it when I was little, I was like, this one's okay.
Yeah.
I've never been the biggest fan of the Christian Bale Batman. I've liked
Are
him,
they good?
but I've never
Are they good?
been like I'm all the way in.
I, at moments, have random thoughts about what my friends' opinions are on the Batman.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
The new one.
yeah.
Yep.
Everyone has their own opinion.
Everybody is
And all
entitled
that
to their
kinda
own
stuff,
opinion
right?
unless it's wrong.
Exactly, because their opinion is just wrong because they don't, like, I've watched Batman things.
Yeah.
I played Batman. I've read Batman things. Like, they played the Arkham games, sure. They should even know that Batman just talks. Like, his voice is basically the
Oh.
same as Bruce Wayne's
yeah.
at all times. Like, maybe Bruce Wayne's a little more like,
There's a different
Proper and-
cadence
but it's not like, I'm Bruce Wayne. Well, then, I'm fucking Batman.
Yeah, there's not that.
I'll kill you. Like, that's not how Batman sounds.
Yeah, there's
like
the-
you watch like the
he's
animated
up here
series,
and he's like, now I'm down here.
like when you watch that animated series, he's just talking.
yeah.
So like, it didn't make sense to me, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he didn't sound like Batman. He didn't sound cool or whatever." I'm like,
He sounds pretty cool.
yeah. And I was like, that was one version of Batman who had fucking throat cancer. It makes me sad now. When I mention those jokes.
Oh, well, maybe you shouldn't. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I don't want to make the joke, but
Yeah, it still does. So I'm going to blame you.
okay. This is Batman from Make-A-Wish. Dude, if I was a Make-A-Wish kid, not going wood. I think I'm too old now to be a Make-A-Wish kid. And I asked for Batman, I want like either there's 2 valid options for me.
A guy from down the street
No.
who's just
I want to
found-
call him Rob Conrad for some reason.
Robert
That's,
Pattinson.
no, that's him. But
Conrad. Who are you?
who the
Christian
fuck,
Bale.
Who the fuck voices Batman?
Oh, Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy, yes.
I was like, I don't know where we're going. I didn't know what.
I
we
don't.
needed
Those
to
are only
land.
2. I don't want like some guy who works at Party City.
That's what I want. Exclusively, I want a guy.
He's hungover.
Not yeah. He reeks of Grey Goose. He comes in. He's like, I'm Batman, and you're like, just staring. You're like, are you sure?
What the fuck?
The Joker. He told me that someone in here got cancer from the Penguin. And you're like, that's not how cancer works, Batman. Batman, greatest detective, pretty sure I know how cancer works. Just talk to Mr. Freeze
He
about
walks
it.
out and everyone's like, "What the fuck was that?" And then you're kind of sitting in bed alone. And you just go,
Yeah, that was him. Fuck yeah, I knew he'd come. We didn't even put up the signal or anything.
I feel like Make-A-Wish is like a really slippery slope. I mean, I feel like kids would always know.
I don't know.
No. I mean, like kids are always gonna know if they're like if it's bad, like their sickness, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But getting to how bad it actually is, depending on who comes for when you ask for it. Like, if you had to meet like
Obama.
Superman,
Okay.
and Henry Cavill walks into the room with the suit on, you're like, oh, like they're like, oh, cool. I'm fucked. Like, this is it. Like, this is it, man. Like, they know.
Scared.
Like, if like they ask fucking Wonder Woman, like some lady comes in, like, maybe I have a chance. You
It's
know?
like a
If Gal
like a
Gadot-
blonde woman who doesn't look
Yeah.
like Wonder Woman. You're like, who are you?
When Gal Gadot walks in, you're like,
All the emotion
I
trains.
feel bad for making this joke.
It's really scary.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
bet this is a real thing kids have to
It
go
has to
through.
be. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, like, it's a very common thing, which
But I
is
feel
awful.
like luckily when you're young, you're like, oh my god, I just got to meet Superman.
Yeah.
It's like when you're 14 or 15, that's when you're like, oh fuck,
This
this
is it.
is not good.
I knew it was bad, but this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, you asked to meet, like, I want to meet Tony Hawk, and he walks in with the skateboard.
And a hawk.
Fuck.
He's like, we're flying
Yeah.
today.
So sad.
Yeah.
Serious topics. Don't you love them?
They're so good and they're so ripe for
Apparently, some
comedy.
people don't like serious things.
Like me, Cade.
There's this place around here that we get burritos from,
Hmm?
and I ordered from them on Uber Eats because I had like a coupon or whatever.
Booper Eats?
Uber Eats.
Oh.
What?
It sounds like he's a Boober Eats.
Uber Eats.
Boober Eats! And it's just a guy and
Named Boob.
he reviews the food that you wanted. So he
yeah.
gets it, he brings it to you, he's standing on the door, like, yeah, it's like a 5. You're like, out of what?
It's
You're
an
like,
IRL
it's a 5.
mukbang.
It's IRL what?
Mukbang.
It is an IRL mukbang.
I hate mukbangs.
I do not like watching other people eat, especially when they're like,
I people say like they generally if they eat, have one of those play. I'm like,
they have to watch one of those
I'm
while
like, what
they
the
eat.
fuck is wrong? Like usually now, I'll just scroll through TikTok, but I couldn't imagine being so lonely that I eat food and watch someone else eat.
I can.
I mean, I'm a pretty lonely guy, but I would never sweep that low because then I'm like, okay, life changes need to be made now. You know?
Well, there's a cat here.
Huh?
My mom's friend is in Iceland for the next week.
Where the fuck did this come from?
I don't know, just popped in my head. There's a cat that's in my mom's room.
Really?
Yes.
Have you been taking care of it?
I haven't.
Where's your mom?
She is on a business dinner right now.
Oh, okay, so she's in here.
Yeah. But,
Interesting.
So the cat is in there. We both don't like it.
Why?
It breaks everything and keeps biting us.
Okay, that's fair.
I have been sleeping on the floor. My mom took my bed, but I sleep on the floor while this
Are you
cat's here.
serious?
Yes, she won't sleep in the room with the cat. Because I'm just on the floor. That's why there's all these pillows behind us. 'Cause I'm just sleeping on the floor.
Oh my god, you're right. Why don't you sleep on that thing?
Because that thing's equally as uncomfortable as the floor to me.
Right? That thing sucks,
It
right?
sucks
It
so
sucks,
hard.
right?
I'm always shocked when someone will choose to sleep on that.
Because you don't think how bad it's going to be.
No, it looks really comfortable. For those who don't know, behind us there's a brown couch that's folded out into a bed that people sleep on sometimes. And fucking A, if this
Brown?
thing isn't... It's brown? What color do you think that's brown?
Like gray. Different shades of gray.
That's a brown
That's
couch.
the 50 shades of gray.
That's 50 shades of brown, my guy.
Dude,
That's
brown?
someone took a big old
That's
shit.
not brown.
That's so brown.
That is not brown.
What do you mean?
Maybe like I can see the outside parts being brown,
And
but
the
that inner middle part you lay on,
part is whiter because
that's gray.
That's like a white on brown.
Dude, I don't see no
It's
brown.
like dandruff over there.
I don't see color.
Yeah, that's good. It's good for ratings.
I'm so itchy.
I had a lot of bathtub nuisances when I was little.
Yeah, I know.
Pooped in the bathtub. Oop, pooped in the shower.
Who did that?
No, it was oops, somebody pooped in here. As if it wasn't me. For the story is, I was 3 and I had to pee, and my mom had told me that if I'm in the shower, I was allowed to go to the bathroom. She did not clarify that you couldn't shit in the shower. So I'm like, I have to poop. So I crouched right down. I took a poop, and then it wasn't going down the drain. And I was like, uh-oh. Somebody pooped in here. And my mom goes, what the fuck do you mean, somebody? And I was like, you said I could go to the bathroom? When I was 3.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when I was starting to learn how to take a shower. So she was like, okay, I don't want you to slip and die.
I realized I didn't bathe myself for a while. I think it was like 15.
Okay, good. That's a regular time to stop.
I'm kidding. It was 13.
Yeah.
But like my mom like put me in a bathtub for a while. Like
I was
most of elementary school, I'd
Mm.
go in the bathtub. I think it was around 3rd grade.
I was
think
gonna
started
say
taking
second
showers.
grade is when. Oh, I took showers, but I would still take baths, and my mom would be like, "Hey, get in the bath."
I would like clean myself though. Like,
Yeah.
probably 3rd grade. That sounds about right. Yeah, I guess when I start using my own shower.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I slept with my mom, me and my sister every night, probably till about 5th grade.
You slept with just your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd your dad sleep? He just got exiled.
One of our rooms that had beds.
He's just like, "Fuck it, I'm going to sleep in a bed."
Dude, there
tonight."
was also he was at the firehouse for a lot.
Oh
of it.
yeah, I forgot.
So he'd be like, like some nights he's not home.
Yeah.
So me and Zoe got used to sleeping with my mom in her bed, and she had like a queen size bed too. Like
So you guys were close.
dude. Zoya always had to sleep in the middle.
Mm.
Always had to sleep in the middle. Like if I was in the middle, she was like, no, like, move.
She beat you up.
No,
Did you
dude.
get like a shank?
She needed to be in the middle. But so my dad was just like, he would either sleep on the couch or 9 times out of 10 in my sister's room
Mm-hmm.
every night.
When I was little, my parents, one of the like few bougie things that they had was a sleep number bed
Mm.
in our house
I'm
of.
afraid to have one of those.
Well, in our house of no money, it was like the most expensive thing that
Yeah.
we had. When my dad had left for a couple years. He didn't leave; he would come back, but he was working out of town and he'd be gone for weeks at a time. And I would sleep with my mom. I was like 6 or 7, and I discovered, boy, do I love sleep number 0. The sleep number can go all the way down to 0. Is like sleeping in a hammock.
Interesting.
Basically, you know how a mattress is flat?
Mm-hmm.
I made it entirely concave with my 50 pounds of existence. So
So you basically like, put no resistance.
yeah,
in it, I guess?
it would just be on 0, and then I'd just be hanging on sheets. It was the best. I
Really?
loved it. I loved it so much that when I had to get a new bed
Interesting.
recently,
Mm-hmm.
I was almost like, what if I just got a hammock?
Or just
Genuinely.
buy a sleep number bed.
Well, I don't want. That's fucking expensive.
It's a worth the investment though.
No, I just get a hammock.
I feel like now that would have to do something to your back.
A hammock?
Yeah.
I'm sleeping on the floor right now, my guy. Let me.
How's
tell
your back been with that?
you. Awful.
I slept on an air mattress for 4 or 5 days, and I was basically like sleeping on the ground. So
Yeah.
Also, we were in a basement.
A dingy basement.
It was pretty scary.
So you were on a mattress that was inflatable.
Yeah, and we were just down there. It was like I think probably like maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, and we started like hearing things above us
Mm-hmm.
from like the actual house. Right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
an old house. So
Was
like,
it? Were you
creaks.
Airbnb-ing or did you
No,
stay
we
with
were staying with his
people?
aunt.
Okay.
Staying with his aunt. We randomly would hear. Yeah.
And then sometimes you're like, I'm coming to kill you down
There
there.
was one moment where we fucking went outside real quick because like instead of going up all the stairs and making a lot of noise, we just opened like a little side door like up to like the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We just go pee, right? And they came back in after going pee, and all of a sudden we heard beep 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 beep,
R2D2 has entered kill mode.
and we were just like, what the fuck was that? 'Cause it was also it was scary enough to where we all slept on one side of the basement.
That's so funny.
So then it was just darkness on like the whole deep hallway.
Uh-huh.
And if you looked long enough, you would like
You
start
should
figuring
have
yourself
done
out.
like Survivor down there and said, today we're voting out Brian and he has to sleep in the scary part of the basement.
They almost put me over there. I was like, no.
Did they try
No.
to Survivor you?
Yeah, they said like we can sleep right here. I'm like, no. I'm playing on this air mattress right in the corner on the inside. I don't give a fuck.
It was fucking weird that I didn't see you for 2 weeks, I have to say. I'm so used to
Really?
seeing you
At least once a week.
at
yeah.
least once a week
Yeah.
that I was like, this is weird.
Outside people from my work, I think I see you the most. Well,
Yeah.
also my family.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure we see each other the most.
You are the person I see the most. There's a point in last week's podcast where Audrey and me both stopped talking, and then I was like, I'm just gonna make her sit in this. And then she was like, are we supposed to keep going? I was like, yeah. I just
It's
wanted
such
to
a
be.
shitty feeling, dude.
It's so bad.
Dead air. I hate it.
It's the worst. Both of us.
We
both of
understood.
us. Yeah.
We both had understanding of what was about to happen right there.
Oh my god. We both. I also like that both of us were like, "Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break." I could hear our.
I was just staring.
I gotta be honest with you, Joaquin. At the 55-minute mark of recording this podcast, so
Mhm.
not like we've made it for 55 minutes. I mean, we were recording for 5.
Mm.
My bladder went. You have to
You
pee.
just paused.
Yeah, but for some reason, both Audrey and I think Chloe got it into my mind that you just got to go all the way through because they both had to pee both times that we were doing the podcast, or at least Audrey did. And then they weren't like, "Oh, I didn't know we could pause," and I was like, "Yeah, we could pause."
You
And
know how
now,
many times we've been mid episode. I gotta shit.
Yeah, we gotta take a little break.
I mean, mid episode.
Yeah,
I mean, good for them to having the commitment, but like, there's not.
they didn't let. I did not get
there's
led on
not
at
that
all.
level of commitment.
There was not.
It's like it's just like
Another
I'm talking
thing-
about the show in general.
Yeah.
There's not that need. You know.
Another thing that fascinated me: people thought we were really far away from each other because of the way
Really?
I framed the cameras. Like because we aren't in each other's cameras.
How many times I've done this?
Yeah, we're right
Like-
next to each other.
I'm like this is half arm.
Yeah, I just put my hand up and I'm there. Both episodes, Isaac was sitting in the middle, and then Audrey sat right next to me.
I watched the beginning of that episode just to see like who was there because who the guest was.
For Audrey, or for
Isaac and Chloe.
Uh-huh.
Just the shot of you and his head's just like right
I was
here.
trying to crop it out.
So funny, dude.
It's like,
He's just like
yeah, Isaac was like, "Oh, I need to be quiet for this part, very respectful." I was like, oh god, this is such an awkward angle to have everyone be at.
it was so funny.
They did great. Everyone did great. I'm really appreciative that they were willing to.
There's only 2 episodes, right?
There was, yeah.
Okay.
I was really appreciative that they came on. They did a great job, and most of the time it would be like the day beforehand. With Isaac, I was like, "Hey, Joaquin's sick. Can you
Well, it was
fill
the day
in?"
before I told you.
No, I think it was day of.
Wait, I told you day of or I told you day before?
I think you told me because I still thought you were coming over that day.
I guess it was day of, then yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, Isaac, please. And then I think with Audrey, I had a couple days in advance because me and Audrey were planning already. We had something planned on that day, so we were gonna be together anyway.
I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
No. Yeah.
You're gonna tell the truth. Now you're gonna lie. You're telling the truth. Oh, he's lying. Where's he going with this? I'm strapped into my Zaid.
I don't want to mention it. They're dead to me.
Okay, good. Glad we aren't mentioning it. I was at my friend's house the other week. Yeah, I have a friend that's not you.
Wow.
Or Audrey. Well, I guess now that joke doesn't work since we just had 2 full weeks of people who aren't you. But still, I spent the night at their house, and when I woke up in the morning, and I was the first one to wake up in the morning.
Per usual.
Well, I woke up at like 6, and I felt bad, so I was like, I need to get more sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to pretend to sleep, and then our friend Madeline got up because she had to go to work, and she walked through the room, but I was pretending to be asleep, so I was like, okay, just don't move.
Yep, I've been in that situation so many times.
And then I got up 10 minutes later, and I was just kind of walking around. I was trying to be really quiet. They said I could have stuff in the kitchen, so I had like a scone for breakfast. Then I got back into the bed, and the first thing I did was knock over a ukulele and wake everyone up. And I was like, motherfucker, I was quiet for like a half hour.
What's a scone?
A scone is like a heavy English muffin that doesn't have the
I know what it is,
bottom.
but I can't like.
It looks like a croissant
I can't
almost.
pic- That's the first thing I thought was. It looked like a croissant.
It looks like a croissant. It's quite heavy. It's like I think it's like a stone croissant.
I looked at the wrong thing.
It's like a little croissant guy.
No, it's like an English muffin. You're right on the croissant's not accurate.
Oh, I was having a croissant looking thing.
You had a croissant then.
No, I know what a croissant is. As a croissant expert,
Mm-hmm.
I'm deep in the shit with the croissants. I've
Are
been
you
sucking
sure?
down croissants my whole life.
Okay. This might be.
They said I could have a scone. They said you can have a scone.
Look at this.
Those are croissants.
I don't know, but I don't know because there's like croissants that look like fucking this with the little whip with the little on the ends.
With, yeah, the little mustache twirls.
Then there's like the ones I just showed you that look like.
They're like straight across.
Yeah.
No, it was a croissant. Not fuck. It was a scone.
It was a croissant.
You fuck.
It was a
No.
croissant.
You Manchurian candidated me. If that's what that means. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. What it
Sounds like
means.
a political term.
It is the
It is?
Manchurian Candidate. I think it's a movie where a guy gets churned into a candidate.
Like butter?
Yeah, like butter. It's like werewolf butter.
I had this realization on the way here. I like how many 180s we take in this show. It's so funny.
Yeah, we don't. There's never a point where we're like, here's the logical next step. That's probably why people think that we have a list of shit.
Yeah.
Because we're just like, all right, next
Wait, I
topic.
did think about this though on the way here. I was
Mhm.
going to talk about it. Like there's some weird.
Oh, sorry. I have to talk about something after this.
Okay. You scared the shit out of me.
Sorry,
man. You scared
I've been
the shit-
literally I've been wanting to talk about this
cannot
for the
wait.
past 2
I can't wait to
episodes.
see your face when you did that because like it was oh my god, like the jump you made. Holy shit!
Sorry.
There's a lot of weird terms for things. Like the one I was thinking of was hat trick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a hat trick is?
Yeah.
Like 3 of something.
Yes.
That's like what the fuck,
I don't know where that comes from.
right? Like Grand Slam.
Where'd that come from? Denny's, probably.
Denny's.
Yeah, they got the Grand Slam meal at Denny's.
Oh, okay. Like that one just doesn't make like I was thinking about it, I'm like, I can't even think of a reason, I can't even make something up.
I have to talk about, there's a bullet ricocheting around in my chest. I
Okay,
have to bring
okay.
it up. There's a commercial from the early 2000s in which a mom is at the grocery store with her child, and she says, "What do you want for dinner tonight?" And she says, "Chef Boyardee."
Mm-hmm.
Then the mom's like, "No."
And it follows him home.
Yes, but do you know what the mom says in that? She says, "You've already had chef every other day this week." The can follows them home. They're in the home. The mom says, "What do you want for dinner?" Fuck you! Obviously, she wants Chef Boyardee. We were at the store. You said she can't have
For
it.
2 weeks, do you want to talk about that?
I hate that mom. Fuck that mom. Fuck that mom in the Chef Boyardee
God.
commercial. She's the worst villain in cinematic history. Fuck her.
What a great commercial that is, though.
What an iconic
Which
commercial.
ones I miss?
What do you miss?
The goldfish ones when
They
they, were
still
like
do those.
like real,
Real.
and they not real, but they were animated.
Yeah, they're under the bed.
Really?
They still do
thing?
those. Yeah. And at the end, they're like, "Oh, only you can explore the adventure at goldfishfun.com."
I saw one like on TikTok, and it was like the main guy, the cheese. What's his
Finn.
name? Finn. He comes up, and the pretzel guy goes.
I love that I can remember the goldfish.
I'm
The
surprised. What's
main
the pretzel name?
goldfish is. I don't know the pretzels
Okay.
one. No, it might be. It might be like Noah or Norbert. It's a really nerdy name.
And
Yeah.
he like comes up to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Finn." And the pretzel one goes, "What is that, like Irish?"
Is that Irish?
He's like, "What is that, Irish?" Something. And then Finn goes,
I like that he's Stallone.
"Hey, is that Irish?"
Hey, you throw the boxing match right now? Goldfish boxing match? You want to throw that right in the goldfish ring? What are you trying to do?
And Finn just goes, "No, it's cheese," and it goes past him. And for some reason, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
No, it's
because it's just like
cheese.
that. Just because
Yeah.
like there was no pause. Obviously, he just
Yeah.
instantly the moment he goes, "Is that Irish?" No, it's cheese, and it goes past him.
Well, that's the improv power of the
It
snack
was
that
so
smiles back.
Fucking funny, goldfish.